Yo, what's up? My name is MOONBOY, and today we're making tech house. Let's do this.
Drip, drip, make it drip. Drip, drip.
So, what is tech house? Tech house is basically a more minimal and groovy version of house music. Because it's so minimal, every year it gets more and more creative and just really, really cool. So tech house is basically three core elements. One, a simple drum beat. Two, a deep, groovy bass line. And three, a catchy vocal.
I'm on one, bring me two. You know what I wanna do.
House is all about flavor. How can you add a groove and rhythm with these just few elements? It's all about making music people can dance to. Now, like I mentioned, there's many styles of tech house. The really cool Europe style tech house. Then we have this really funky style. It can also be super hard like this. And we also have this really amazing blend of trap and house, which I really like. It usually starts with a remix of some hip hop songs, some groovy house, and then it drops into some trap or dubstep, which is so sick. You know me, I gotta get some dubstep here and there. So today we're gonna be drawing inspiration from all the styles I talked about, and we're gonna be making our very own tech house banger. Step number one, the drums. The first step is gonna be setting the speed of the song. This is called the BPM. House can be anywhere from 120 to 130 BPM. Go up to the top left of your DAW right here. Since I want a more upbeat house track, we're gonna do 130 BPM. Now, to make a house drum beat, you're gonna need the individual sounds. This is gonna be the kick, the claps, snares, hats, crashes, all that good stuff. It's incredibly important to have high quality sounds to build your beat with. I put together a free house drum kit in the description below that you can download and follow along this tutorial with me. So now let's build our beat. Starting with a kick on every beat. We can loop this beat by selecting these two bars and pressing Command L. And now we add a clap on every second beat. Next, we need a hat on every off beat. And then let's add a crash on the first beat. This gives it a lot of impact. Let's zoom out, and we can duplicate this by selecting this whole drum beat and right-clicking, duplicate. Extend the loop region. This is how every great house track started. Next up, let's fill out our drum beat by adding some percussive grooves and some cool little elements. I'm gonna zoom in again, and let's use one of the snares. We can even throw in another clap. Let's zoom out and let's duplicate that. Can we put another one here? Leave a like if you're enjoying this so far. Essential EQ and mixing. Now that we have our drum beats, it's really, really important to make sure they all fit together nicely in the mix, especially when more elements come along like basses and vocals, etc. An important first step is to make sure all of the audio tracks are grouped together. This not only keeps your project organized, but also allows you to add effects to all of the drums together. And I'll show you why that's important in a second. So we're gonna select all of them by clicking the bottom one, holding Shift, and clicking the first one. Then we're gonna right click and group. And we can rename this by right clicking, rename, and call it drums. Now you can hide it to keep your project organized, or you can bring it back up like this. Now we're gonna want to level out the volume of each drum sound. Off the bat, I hear the snare is a little bit too loud. Bring it down by like maybe to -6. Let's bring the cymbal down. Here are some essential tricks to making drum beats sound amazing. If we go into our audio effects, we can find a glue compressor, throw that into the whole group. And so you can see it popped up right here. Turn the soft clipper on. This is the cleanest way to make your drums also sound very, very loud and stop it from muddying the mix. If your snare or clap sounds way too thin, you want it to be more full, you can grab a limiter, drag it into the clap, solo the sound by clicking this. Let's bring the ceiling down to -3. and bring the input gain up, and then bring the release down. And now this flattens the sound of the clap. And then just adjust to your liking. Adding unique effects to your whole drum group will allow you to play with it and do cool tricks to keep your song spicy. One common thing I love to do is grab an auto filter, throw it on there, turn it onto bandpass, and then click and drag this. This is perfect for intros, breakdowns, or even cool little fills. Then you would automate the on and off by right-clicking the on and off and put show automation. And then now you can create a point here and bring this up. On, off.
You can be my play, boy. Be my play.
So what is the tech house bass line? This is gonna be the sound that rattles the speakers in the club. It's what gets the crowd dancing. So producers really spend a lot of time crafting the perfect sound that's gonna get the crowd's attention. And there's so many types of sounds, so many different kind of personalities. Number one, we have the groove. It sets the rhythm of the whole song and typically sits underneath either like a catchy vocal or a really crazy sound. Like this next one I'm gonna show you. Personally, I love this one. I'm using this in one of my newest songs I'm working on. You would throw this on top of the groove and both of them together just sound so sick. But in tech house, they like to get very creative as well. One of the newest sounds I've been hearing is like this robotic-y stutter rhythmic sound. And what's also awesome in tech house is they like to throw on like other types of sounds from other genres like dubstep and bass house. And they'll typically throw this on top of the groove and just let the groove continue on. And it's honestly just such a vibe. Here's how to make a house bass line that slaps in 3 steps. So the 3 steps are gonna be 1, the wavetable, which is the character of the sound. This is a saw wave. We can drag the wavetable position. Those are all the different characters that you can use for your sound. The saw wave is more fuzzy, square is more powerful, and sine and triangle are more soft. I'm gonna stick with the saw wave. The next key step is the filter. So the filter will let only a certain amount of frequencies come through. You can filter out the highs for a more deeper sound, or you can filter out the lows for a more higher range sound with no bass. I'm gonna go back to the low pass. I love low passes. I like deeper sounds. And you can mess with the resonance for a more resonant-y sound. The next step is gonna be number 3, to automate. This is where it gets super fun. So basically, you can make the bass alive by automating it. So for example, I'm gonna turn the filter back on, click and hold F01 and drag it into cutoff. And so now it'll make it move. Let's bring the cutoff down. Now we got like a wub, which is really cool. And if we hover over to the little tiny circle right here, when we click and hold, we can adjust how much the LFO is automating that specific parameter. And that's really it. Those are the 3 core fundamentals that you're gonna be doing for every single type of sound, no matter what. So if you master these core 3, you'll be able to make hundreds of really sick sounds. So now that you know these 3 core concepts, let's have fun for a little bit. Experiment by adjusting any of these 3 parameters. You can try a square for a more heavy sound, or if you want a more lighter sound, a triangle. You can make the filter more open or brighter. And my favorite, adjusting the automation, you can make it more stabby or faster by adjusting these parameters right here. You can drag this right here. And now we can make like a house, offbeat house stab. You can make it faster by moving the rate right here. And if you turn on envelope, you can make it just stop on 1 note. And that way you can create multiple different kinds of rhythms, like unique rhythms, like Now you know one of the most important sound design fundamentals. By the way, guys, if you're looking for some new sounds and you want to kind of skip ahead, I've put a ton of my newest unreleased Serum presets and Vital presets in the Project X beta. Inside the Project X beta, you'll find my house drum kit, trap drum kit, incredible synths and basses, vocals, and so much more. Literally everything you need to be able to make music like this. Keep in mind though, this is literally only 1% of what's going to be included in my full Project X production suite. There's going to be a limited amount of licenses for Project X, by the way. So if you really want a good chance to get it, I highly suggest you join the waitlist. Okay, now let's add some finishing touches and let's turn this into a real house bass. First thing, I'm going to add some release. Envelope 1 controls the volume of the whole sound. So if I add some release, if I just play a note, it'll release the note and keep it going, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna bring up the volume real quick. And then I'm gonna put mono, just so multiple bass notes aren't clashing with each other. It'll just get muddy. And then I'm gonna put the sustain down so the volume decays a little bit. I'm gonna adjust the decay as well to be more tight. And then let's go up to the top left, add some sub so there's more bass. Wow, that sounds already so much nicer. Let's bring the cutoff a little bit down so it's deeper. Oh, that's a nice plucky bass right there. And here's a little secret advanced tip. If you bring the random down on an oscillator, that basically makes the sound consistent every time you press the notes. And so I'm gonna move the phase around till I find the phase I like. We can bring up the drive a little bit so it's a bit heavier.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, now using the bass we just made, we're gonna make our MIDI pattern, our bass pattern. So this is the lane that our bass is in. I'm gonna select 2 bars, insert MIDI clip, make the notes bigger. Okay, so starting with D sharp, we're gonna do our first bass pattern, which is the very trance Eurodance style, which is just, you put a bass on every offbeat. Spice up this pattern by doubling some of the notes. You can move some of the notes up and down for different grooves. Or you can do some other secret sauces. You can add octave variations. For example, this note. Maybe you can even bring one note over here like this. Nice. Duplicate. That's already sick. Here are some other bass variations that you can choose from. Vocals is one of the most important elements when it comes to tech house. It's what people can sing along to. It's what gets stuck in their heads. And what's awesome is there's so many sick ways that you can process vocals. You can chop it.
I'm on one.
Process it with some unique effects.
Got them diamonds on my timepiece.
Flip it, pitch it.
I made the paper multiply.
There's so many sick things that you can do. And guess what? I'm gonna show you 5 incredible ways to process vocals for tech house. Number 1 is vocal tuning. This involves snapping the tune of a vocal to a specific key.
Every moment that I breathe, I want it next to you.
Then there's the advanced vocal tuning, which is the manual way. This involves using MIDI or a MIDI keyboard to play notes and project it onto the vocal. This is so sick. First, you would arm an empty MIDI track. Then you would go into the tuner, MIDI in, turn MIDI mode on, input, and then put the name of the MIDI track. And then now, whatever you play on the keyboard will play on the vocals.
I do my dance and shake my stuff. That is check in the glove.
My wine, I'm on my blood. I want it on that Verona.
Number 3 is format shifting.
I made the paper multiply.
This can make the vocals sound deeper or higher, giving it a really sick, unique character. Some examples of format shifter is Ableton Shifter, Alter Boy, FL has Edison.
I made the paper multiply. Looking fly when I ride. PYT up
On my side, make them eyes open wide.
I've been known to get it lit when I spit. Got the drip. I keep putting in that work. Gotta make the money flip. Got them diamonds on my
Timepiece.
Number 4 is vocoding. This is one of my favorite ones right here. It can turn your vocal into this robotic-y sound, making it a synth.
Got them diamonds on my timepiece. 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 Got them diamonds. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. Got them diamonds on my time. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. Got them diamonds on my timepiece.
This is really used famous in Daft Punk, but so many artists are doing such sick things with it. Like, you can even make it melodic by adding chords to it, which is just so dope. And 5 is the most essential, compression. This makes the vocal more full. It'll fill up the empty spaces. It'll enhance the effects that you added and just really make it just stand out in the mix, you know?
Diamonds on my timepiece. Got them 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 diamonds on. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. Got them diamonds. Got them diamonds on my. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. Got them diamonds on my time. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. Got them diamonds on my timepiece. I made the paper multiply, looking fly when I ride. PYT up on my side, make them eyes open wide. I've been known to get it lit when I spit. Got the drip, I keep putting in that work. Gotta make the. I made the paper multiply, looking fly when I ride. PYT up on my side.
Okay, while these are some really incredible ways to process vocals, where do you get the vocals in the first place? There's 3 ways a producer can get vocals. 1 is hiring a vocalist. Now, this is a lot harder to do, especially starting out, because first you have to find a good vocalist, then you have to get them in the studio, and then you have to record them, and that's not even mentioning writing. This can cost anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars. And I'm not even talking about the agreements and contracts and lawyer fees, you know. Now, that's the downsides. The plus side of this is that if the artist has their own audience, then collaborating with them could expose you to new fans and create a whole new thing together. The second way is remixing a song. The pros to this is that you can quickly write an idea because you already have like a vibe to work off of. The cons to it though is that it's gonna be a remix. You can't make it an original song, so you're limited there. Sometimes you can't even post it on YouTube or SoundCloud because of copyright. For one of the song ideas I made for this tutorial, I was remixing an Eli Brown song.
Drip, drip, make it drip.
I like to use remixing as a way for inspiration to quickly write an idea. Usually I'll build a song around it, and once it gets unique and I got like a whole thing going, I'll remove the remix placeholder vocal and replace it with a new one. This is a really great way to start ideas fast and kind of get a vibe going similar to a song that you like. And the third way to get vocals is vocal samples. The good side of vocal samples is that you can work on stuff fast. You can have a whole library of vocals that you can mix and match and try out in your productions. The only downside is sometimes online you can find vocals that hundreds of thousands of producers are using, and there's so many songs being made around it, so it's a bit saturated, so it's hard to kind of stand out and be unique. This is why I spent a lot of time looking for amazing vocalists and artists, creatively writing with them to create catchy vocals. I've put my best vocals from these sessions I've done all year into my newest exclusive pack, Project X. By the way guys, Project X is an exclusive library of sounds and presets limited to only 400 producers. That way it solves the problem of not having sounds that everyone else has. You have like your own private library. That's your secret weapons, you know. I recently made a free beta version of Project X that you guys can try out. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to see what you guys make from this. Peace.
You can be my play.